Hello everybody, Dieter back again in another video. Alright guys, Stefanos Tsitsipas is through to his fourth Australian Open semi-final, of course, in this 2023 edition. After a clinical performance against Jiří Lehacek from Czechoslovakia, he defeated him in 3 straight sets. After never really being in trouble, he really never got his serve broken. He played a clinical serve plus forehand game. I don't know guys if anyone in the world is at the current moment better than Stefanos Tsitsipas in the serve plus forehand game. He does so much damage behind his serve immediately with his forehand. Maybe only a player like Berrettini can challenge him in that department. Besides him, I don't know if somebody does it better than him. He is, if he gets his serve in and you don't get a great return on the baseline, you don't have depth on that return, you are in trouble. You are toast. More or less, you are toast by tennis fans all around the world, exactly like Jiří Lehacek was. Jiří Lehacek actually didn't do a bad match. He didn't. He did quite a solid match, but Stefanos Tsitsipas, he just was clinical. If I could see a difference between those two in level, it was in the serve plus forehand game. And exactly like I predicted actually, I said that Jiří Lehacek, he will not be able outmatching Stefanos Tsitsipas in the serve plus forehand game. Stefanos Tsitsipas has a bigger serve, Stefanos Tsitsipas has a bigger forehand. And there I saw the biggest difference. Because Jiří Lehacek, he was creating breakpoint opportunities. He had 8 breakpoint opportunities. Jiří Lehacek, Stefanos Tsitsipas saved all of them with unbelievable serve plus forehand games, and he just was so clutch, exactly like actually it was against Jannik Sinner in the 4th round, where Jannik Sinner created 26 breakpoint opportunities and only converts in 4 of them, and in many of them that Jannik Sinner couldn't convert, we have to give credit to Stefanos Tsitsipas with playing big tennis. He did the same against Jiří Lehacek. I'm really impressed from Stefanos Tsitsipas. For some reason, he is playing some really good tennis at Australia. He is doing some great things at Australia. Australian Open is probably his most successful Grand Slam in his career when it comes to consistency. Yeah, I know he has done even better at French Open because he has played the French Open final in 2021 against Djokovic, where he was 2 sets to love up. He has never played the Australian Open final in his career. Now he's playing his 4th Australian Open semi-final, but is it now or never for Stefanos Tsitsipas to play his first ever Australian Open final? His time has arrived. I have predicted him to go to Australian Open final, and now he's a 1 match away. Now he'll play Khachanov in the semi-finals, where he leads Khachanov 5-love head-to-head. So he's the big favorite coming into that Australian Open semi-final against Khachanov. Khachanov, of course, can challenge Tsitsipas. Of course, he has also big serve, also big forehand, but Khachanov cannot do the same kind of damage on the 3rd shot. The 3rd shot is when you serve, your opponent returns, and then you do immediately damage. Khachanov cannot quite do that. He also does, of course, he can do also big damage on the serve plus forehand game, but not as quite frequently, not as quite consistently as Tsitsipas can do in the serve plus forehand game. To have a chance against Tsitsipas, you have to do like Djokovic does. You need to return towards his backhand. You need to penetrate, you need to pin that backhand. You cannot return towards his forehand. And even when you return, you need to be a great elite returner a la Djokovic, because if you don't pin him on that backhand corner, not only in the rallies, but on the returns as well, he just goes around. He just goes around. If you don't have quality returns and the returns just lands on the middle of the court, he will go around. And he does damage. So, big congratulations to Stefanos Tsitsipas, semi-final run here at Australian Open, his 4th ever Australian Open semi-final run. Let's see if he can make one more step and go to his first ever Australian Open final. I believe he will do that. I believe he has all the chances in the world. He's a huge favorite against Karakhashanov. But Karakhashanov, he shouldn't been taken lightly. He has to make it to a semi-final. Karakhashanov, who by the way defeated Sebastian Korda in 2.5 sets, because Sebastian Korda, he retired in the third with wrist injury. But I believe that Karakhashanov was the better player. He won the first set in the tiebreak, then he won the second set, and then he was up in the lead in the third. So Karakhashanov probably would have won that match even if Korda would have been healthy. That is my feeling. Stefanos Tsitsipas, he landed, some stats. He lands 66% first serve scene. He won 80% behind his first serve. He won 65% behind his second serve. He did 36 winners. He did 28 unforced errors. So Stefanos Tsitsipas does 8 more winners than unforced errors in this match. 108 points in total in the match. And didn't drop his serve one single time. He broke Jiri Lasek's serves 2 times out of 6 break punch opportunities that he had. Jiri Lasek, on the other hand, he lands 64% first serve scene. He won 79% behind his first serve, which is a great number. He almost wins as many points behind his first serve as Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas won 80% behind his first serve. Jiri Lasek won 79% behind his first serve. But the biggest difference here was winning points behind second serve. And Tsitsipas has a better second serve than Jiri Lasek, and Tsitsipas also does a much better job in the serve plus forehand game, even behind second serves. And that's why Jiri Lasek won only 43% behind his second serve, compared to Tsitsipas, who won 65% behind his second serve. Jiri Lasek did 38 winners, 32 unforced errors. So Jiri Lasek did actually 6 more winners than unforced errors. So Jiri Lasek didn't do a bad match, according to me. And he won 89 points in the entire match. And Tsitsipas wins 108 points. So Tsitsipas won 19 more points than Jiri Lasek in the entire match. All in all, Tsitsipas was the clearly better player, the more consistent player, the more solid player, the more dedicated player, maybe even, and definitely the more clutch player. Like I said, Tsitsipas had 8 big punch opportunities against him. He saved all of them with big serving, with big hitting with his forehand. And his backhand is, we all know his backhand is a weakness, but he's trying to go around and hit as many forehands as possible, because he knows he does the biggest damage with his forehand, not with his backhand. And he slices sometimes, he attacks the net, he has great variety in his game, he chips and charges, he drops shots sometimes, and he plays ultra aggressive. Tsitsipas reminds me of much worse version of Roger Federer. Much worse version. He will never be as big of a player as Roger Federer, because he doesn't play this ultra aggressive game as great as Federer, but he at least reminds me of Roger Federer. And now he will face Karakhashanov in the semifinals at the Australian Open. I believe Tsitsipas is the huge favorite, and I will not change my pick there, where Tsitsipas will make it to his first ever Australian Open final. Some quick words about Tommy Paul, who defeated Ben Shelton, the sensation of this Australian Open. Tommy Paul, he's not a sensation, Tommy Paul. He has been on the scene for a couple of years now, and he's playing his first ever semi-final, Tommy Paul now. He just played his first ever quarterfinal in a major, Now Tommy Paul will play his first ever semi-final in a Grand Slam tournament. He defeated Ben Shelton in 4 sets. Very solid performance for Tommy Paul, very consistent. He did 43 winners, Tommy Paul, and 26 unforced errors. So Tommy Paul does 17 more winners than unforced errors. He has a just great backhand, Tommy Paul, really solid cross-court backhand, pretty decent down-the-line backhand, pretty decent serve, pretty good forehand. Tommy Paul, he's just consistent, man. He maybe doesn't have the best weapons there. He doesn't crush the ball with his ground strokes, but he plays solid tennis from the baseline. He defeated RBA, a pretty respected opponent, in the 4th round. Now he defeats a big serving Ben Shelton in the quarterfinal in 4 sets. So Tommy Paul is pretty dangerous. and he will face Rublev or Novak Djokovic in the semi-final. I believe it will be Novak Djokovic. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and see you next time. Peace!